There are 3 editing hacks that I use every single day that save me hours in Premiere. One of those editing hacks is keyboard shortcuts, and let me show you the ones that I use. Now, the first one is copy and paste, and I'm on Mac, so anytime I say the Command key, if you are on PC, just assume the Control key for your keyboard. And if I want to copy something, all I have to do is just use my mouse and hold down my mouse and select maybe like a text effect that I want to use somewhere else. And even if you have sound effects, you can hold the Shift key and select a sound effect underneath too. And then what I can do is click Command C or Control C on PC, and I can go anywhere in my video and then click Command V or Control V and paste that text effect with the transitions already applied and with the sound effect. And then all I gotta do is go in here, change it to whatever I want, and then I'm done. And I don't actually have to go through and apply the text, choose the font, and go through all those settings again. I also like to use the undo shortcut of Command Z or Control C on PC. By doing that, I can actually just reverse anything that I just did. So I'll take off this text effect and the sound effect by just clicking Command Z, and it reverses that action easily. I also like to use the space bar to play and pause, which is really great. And I also like to use the J, K, and L keys, because what I'll actually do is when I'm editing a video and I'm kind of just reviewing my talking head video, making sure there isn't like any unnecessary parts or I'm not blabbing for too long, instead of just playing the video at normal speed, is click the space bar to unpause, and then I'll click the L key to speed up my video so I can listen to it a lot faster than just regular speed, like this. I want to share with you my video editing process for creating talking head videos that's beginner friendly and can be used in any video editor. And by just speeding it up like that at a 1.25x speed, I am going through all the information a lot faster and not having to sit there as long. So if you have an hour-long video or podcast that you're editing, instead of having to sit there for an hour, you're only going to sit there for 45 minutes because you're watching it in fast forward. Now, 2 more things I want to show you, and then we're going to get to some even cooler effects that you can do in Premiere Pro. One of these is paste attributes. So let's say, for example, here I'm doing a screen recording, and I've actually gone through and I've masked out a circle of myself here, but I didn't mask myself out for this clip, or this clip, or this clip, or this clip. So normally you'd have to go through and manually apply mask to this clip, apply mask to this clip, or maybe you do a color grade on one clip and you want to apply it to multiple different clips. Well, what you can actually do is you just copy the video and then you select all the additional videos here that you want to apply those settings to. You're going to right click and you're going to click paste attributes. And then in here, you can choose what you want to apply. You can apply the Lumetri color effects that you make for one clip, the opacity, the motion, however you have it set up. Obviously the opacity is what I want. So I'm just going to click OK. And now all these clips have the exact same mask in the exact same spot applied. So this is super handy. If for some reason you didn't apply the same color grade to everything, or there's a certain mask or thing you want across all clips, this will do the job. And on that topic of coloring, I do want to mention the adjustment layer feature in case you don't know about that. So down here, what you can actually do is if you right click just off to the side of your clip or just in an empty spot in your little library here, you can click new item and then click adjustment layer. And what this is basically a blank area that you can apply a color grade to, and it'll affect all the clips underneath it. So with this selected, I can go over to Lumetri color and I can turn up the brightness. And because the brightness is attached to the adjustment layer, it affects all the clips underneath the adjustment layer. So this can be a really great way to color grade across a bunch of clips without having to actually click on each individual clip. Very handy stuff. Now, editing hack number 2 is to use editing tools. And this is going to blow your mind if you've never heard of this. So one of the editing tools I love to use is a tool called Firecut. And what this allows me to do is, here's my big long video here I need to edit. And all I have to do here is set an in point, and we're gonna set an out point over here for right now. This is, I'll actually make it a little longer. It's only a minute long. Put it way out here. Here we go. We got like 7 minutes of video here. And what we can do is we can go up here to window, we can go to extensions, we can open Firecut. And what this tool can do is automatically remove the silences from your video. And it does this with the exact precision you would expect like yourself to edit the video. So all I can do is just click remove silences. I like to do a very tight cut. I can select what audio levels I want it to apply to. Sound's only coming out of audio level 2, so I'll just select that. For the in and out points, and I have found that doing the original, where you just cut it in 10-minute sections. So I'll just do 10 minutes, allow it to run, and then another 10 minutes. That's where you get the best effect with this tool. And then you just click go, and it takes a few seconds. It kind of goes through your audio, and we'll actually watch it here in the timeline here. It is going to go through and start cutting this clip, the video here. There it goes. You can see it start to cut all the silent parts out of my video. And in less than a minute here, it's going to have all of that done. There we go. It knocked off 230 seconds of silent parts. I can just minus this for now. And then all I need to do is go through and just remove the parts where I make mistakes or I mess up my line. That's it. So here's where I begin the video. So I can just delete this part here and start there. And then I can just go through and delete the parts that I mess up, and then I'm good. Now, what's also really awesome is that this tool is literally just $10 a month yearly. And so what I ask myself is, for going through all the work of removing all those silent parts, which normally would just take me hours, hours a month I'm spending removing silences and cutting in between sentences. Is it worth it for $10 a month? For me, that's a yes. That might not be the case for you. Maybe you've got time and you'd rather just manually edit. But for me, I'm looking to save time, and this cuts down my editing by so much. I use it with every single video. This video is edited with Final Cut to save me time with having to make it. And if you do go for one of their higher tier plans, you also get the ability to add automatic captions to your video. It'll edit your podcast and switch between clips. You can even have the AI add premium B-roll from Storyblocks automatically to your video without you having to really do anything. It's super useful. If you're interested, I do have my affiliate link in the description. I'll also see if I can get you guys a coupon code to save you some money on the tool. If I do get that, I'll have that in the description as well. But I can't say enough good things. I absolutely love this tool. Now, the second editing tool that I use is Envato. And basically what Envato is this asset library filled with content that you can add to your videos. So for example here, this is actually a running playlist I have on Envato. There's all these different types of text effects that you can add. Here's some other ones like lower thirds that you'll be able to add. And a lot of these are just drag and drop, and you get these professional looking graphics that you can have in your videos. Here's like this Matrix one that I added that I think would be really fun. And literally I can just drag and drop this in, change the text, and I have this effect. Here's like some listicle ones that I plan to use in the future. Location. There's even just backgrounds on here. If you want just backgrounds for your different text effects, here's some paper backgrounds. Here's a QR code one where I can have the QR code pops up and it looks all professional with a call to action. I think that's really cool. Here's a progress bar to potentially make a video more engaging. There's timers if you want to have a little counting timer to let you know how soon till the next tip. We've got money graphics in here. You've got so much in this library of content, smoke effects. And on top of that, not only do you get all these video templates that you can use, but you also get videos, like stock footage. And a lot of this is just great professional stock footage that you can add to your videos. They've got stock photos. They technically have music on here that you can also add. There's even some elements that you can actually use in your thumbnails. So this is also a running playlist I have of just some of these elements that I could just drag and drop into a thumbnail at some point and be able to use. So they got a lot of stuff packed into here. And basically all you do to install these into Premiere Pro, you just go to graphics and titles, install motion graphic template, and you just kind of click on the file and add it in. And then over here in your graphics effects, you're gonna find those in here. Here's like a TV one, or here's a text effects. I can literally just drag and drop this in, and then we'll click on it, change it to tip number 1, get Envato. There we go. Gonna scale it up here and change the position. And then if I just click play here, and I'll just mute this for now, you can see the text effect comes on, looks all professional, slides off. I can also extend this if I want to stay on longer, and it'll stay on longer, and then the animation will disappear. Like, so drag and drop, and gives your videos such a professional look. In terms of pricing, I've always been on this core $16.50 a month plan. I've been on it for years, and you get access to everything, unlimited downloads. You have the rights to use it in your YouTube videos, and you also get some AI generation credits if that ends up being your thing and you like messing around with AI generation and tools like that. You do get credits. And one final quick mention, this is a newer tool I'm starting to use, is Up Upbeat, which Upbeat is very similar to Envato, but you do get music and sound effects added with Upbeat, and you actually get channel clearance. So where with Envato, their music, they don't have like a stamp my channel is okay to use this music. They don't have that. Basically, if you get a claim, you just got to submit your license and then you're good to go. With Upbeat, they whitelist your channel so that way you can use the music sound effects and not have to worry about copyright claims. But you also get motion graphics, just like Envato for Premiere Pro. You're also going to find LUTs in here. Stock footage is also here as well. So you're going to have a lot of those same things, but also at almost half the price. As you can see here, for a yearly plan, it's only $9 a month. If you are interested in that, I also have my affiliate link for Upbeat down in the description. Definitely useful for improving your content. And finally, editing hack number 3, I just want to kind of share my editing process with you, because a lot of times people don't know how to approach editing a video. And so I just want to kind of share some of that strategy with you, as I found sharing that has helped other people. So the way I like to do things is I edit the bare bones of my video. I'll go through and make that basic edit. I'll use Final Cut, cut through all that footage, remove all the mistakes, and get that just basic sentence to sentence put together. What I then do is I focus on the first 30 seconds of my video. And this is where I put most of my effort editing. Because guess what? If someone leaves your video in the first 15 to 30 seconds, the rest of the edit doesn't matter. And also, your video is probably not going to get views if you are editing for YouTube, because people have left. They lost interest. So I really put as much effort into adding like keyframe zoom ins and text effects and stock footage and other clips to make my video as engaging as possible in those first 30 seconds. And then I try to lay off the editing a bit, and kind of reserve my time to just a few things after that. Because once someone's engaged and they're interested, they're going to stick around watching. And for the time after those first 30 seconds, I will look for places where I can add just some basic text effects as well as stock footage, just paying attention to what I'm saying and then hopping over to something like Envato or Upbeat and just kind of typing. So like if I'm talking about a laptop or working on a computer, maybe I just go search computer and look at the stock footage there and see if I can find someone working on a computer where it's just a different clip that makes the video more visually engaging versus it just being a straight talking head video. And then for text effects, I just look for points where I'm like emphasizing a point or I'm making my point clear, where I can have text kind of pop up on screen to really emphasize that. And that can also just make things more engaging. And finally, I then go and get music for my videos, which again, Upbeat does that. They whitelist the channel, or Envato. You may get a claim, but you just got to submit the license. But for the majority of my videos, I usually add some decent background music, just kind of something there so it's not just completely silent. And if these editing tips helped you out at all, the subscribe button is the new like button. So if you like this video, click subscribe, really makes a difference, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.